So today's topic of conversation is, are Thai actors more afraid of coming out as straight than gay or queer? And this is a topic that has no drama behind it. It's just a topic that I felt like it was okay for us to talk about it, the fans, because I do believe like there are some fans that are actively like working hard and spending money on these fans, on this like these actors, like they buy their shit, they like donate money to their fan projects, they buy tickets to go watch them, like they spend like a lot of their money on them. And I believe that they should be included in the whole conversation, and like we should talk about it, and they should have a say on how these actors do behave, because even though like these fans don't spend their money on these actors, you help them by trending their shows and making sure that their shows are watched. Because if they do trend, like people are intrigued to know what's going on, and people like me who come here and post and talk about them, like I cause people to like want to know more about them and like feel the need to like watch their shows. So that's why I brought the conversation here, and I would like us to have like a healthy discussion in the comment section without it being like insultive or anything, just like a like positive, insult free conversation. And we also are going to talk about the issue that happened today. So we are going to talk like our, what do I say, our like basis of conversation is going to lie upon friend Sarocha, because right now she is the person that is in the limelight so much with this issue, and also like the issue of also fans like spending their money. She's also in the center of this issue. So if anyone feels like you can't take like the heat of the topic, please, you can just like put pause and just exit from my video or this topic, because I'm not here to hurt people's feelings. I'm just here to have an open conversation, and it's not like I'm picking on the girl. I'm just using her as a test study. So that's like the reason I'm doing all this. There's no malice to it, there's nothing. It's just like something for us to learn right now, for fans to learn, and like to wait for us to know how to moving forward concerning these actors or these idols, as you want to call them. So I'll talk about why Thai actors feel the need to like are scared to come out as straight than coming out as gay or queer, and why they always use the words that I'm not, like I don't belong in, I don't care whether someone is like the sex of someone. I just see the person for the person who he or she is, and I just fall in love with the person, and I don't see sex or gender. Like that is a sentence that has been so common in the Thai BL&GL industry in this past, I think, 3 years, that I felt that it was a need for us to talk about it. Because for one, like I do believe like some of these actors are being truthful, but in another instance I believe that these actors, through their management and the people around them, like do tell them that that is the sentence they have to lead with. Because if they do say they're straight, like they might not get a huge fan base and the benefits from fans as much as someone who does belong in the community, and they can say they are gay or they are lesbians. Because if they at the end of the day turn out to be seen with men or women, like fans will be like upset and all that, and they'll be called out. So they leave fans on a limbo, like for you guys to like not have something like to call them out on. And I'm not saying that they are none of the actors that who can fall in love with people of the same sex today and tomorrow fall in love with people of the different sex. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that you can't be too trusting of this industry after what this industry has been pushing to the fans. And when I say pushing to the fans, I mean pushing to the fans outside work. And when I talk about this, I talk about mainly the fan service, which is a topic that we might or will have on another day. And if you do want us to talk about that, please, or you do want me to talk about it, please leave your comments on the comment section. So yeah, I think that's the reason why these fans do that, for like their fan bases being little, and also like them not getting benefits from the fans. And when I mean benefits, I mean the monetary value, and I mean gifts, because like we see like there's some actors who like get gifts from their fans like every single week. And I'm shocked at what kind of people will take like gifts or people's money every single week. You will take things from them in form of money, in form of gifts, in form of food, when you are actually fighting for a community that like lacks in so many ways. Like you can like say, if you actually do believe in the community and you actually are like part and parcel of wanting like full acceptance of the community, you can be able to tell your fans to stop like spending money on you. Because it doesn't mean that if fans don't give you money, it doesn't mean that you're not going to eat. After all, you're being paid. You're working to get paid. You're acting to get paid. You are a brand ambassador and you're getting paid. So that means you can work. You can buy things for yourself. If fans do decide to give you gifts on your birthdays, then that's okay. I'm all for it, because everyone loves gifts on their birthday. But every single day, now that is what I don't agree. And if you have been like following me from the beginning of my videos, I speak very vocally about this in so many instances. I'm not for that, and I'll never be for that. And I do believe that if these people truly cared about the community, instead of asking their fans or accepting, because I know some of them like don't actually ask you fans to buy them things, but instead of every single week accepting gifts from fans, why not ask fans, instead of buying you all these things, why not ask fans if they do feel like they want to support you and they want to support you through materialistic things or money? Why not ask them to like give back this money to the community? Why not pick charities that are people like are in the community? Because we know that Asia has like a very big like queer community, and some people are still in the closet. Like I think a huge percentage, depending on like where specifically in Asia you are, like there's some people who are still in the closet and are afraid to come out. And these people do need resources, because they are afraid when they do come out, they might lose everything. The support of their family, like some of them might lose their education from their family, some of them might lose a place to live, some of them might lose a place in their workplace. Some of them are scared of like going to the hospitals and getting medicines for fear of judgment. Like this money, these millions that you guys use on these actors could actually be put into good use. Because at the end of the day, as much as we are fighting for acceptance and a place in the world, like we should be able to come out in a safe space. And I don't say come out meaning that the community necessarily has to come out. I know that's like a touchy topic, but I don't feel like anyone should be able to like say who you lay with, because there's no one who in this straight community that goes around and said, oh yeah, today I slept with Lisa, tomorrow I slept with Mary. Only the narcissistic ones. But you don't have to like go to your parents every single time and said, oh, I'm now with this one, oh, I broke up with this one, I'm now with this one, I'm now with this one, oh, I'm straight. It doesn't happen. So I feel like that should also not happen. But I know we have a long way to go, and through shows like this that show us like the impact and the mental struggle that it comes with people with coming out, and like the hesitance that people feel, it will be able to help like people become more understanding and to get to a point whereby we no longer have coming out stories and people are just them and we just know and we just let them be and it's of no importance. So yeah, that's what I mean when I say coming out. So I think like it's just goes around like that. I think that the reason that they do not like specify where they truly belong is because they're afraid of that. They're afraid of not having a huge fan base, because with a huge fan base they feel that they'll have more work, and if they don't have more work they feel like they won't be able to survive. And it's all a matter of honesty, and it's all a matter of of your talent. And even though you might have like a huge fan base but you're not talented enough, like it will get to a point people are tired of seeing your pretty face or whatever like you are trying to like show people, because at the end of the day talent is important. We can see the first or the second episode and then we remember you are not talented enough for us to continue watching until the end of the show and we stop. So how about that? So I think that, and also like the money that is spent every single day, that these people even like don't even like, people like do a whole shopping of food that they don't even have to buy food for themselves and their families anymore, while there are like millions of people who are really hungry and they actually do need the food. And these actors will be there with these food trucks and everything, and like thanking these fans of like the food project, and these fans go around like collecting money from one another to feed people who can actually are 100% able to feed themselves. I know you might say like, yes, the food is not only for the actors, they're also the crew members and all that. But I do believe if we are like working to like film a show, I believe like the people that like on the script and the show should be able to provide food for their workers. And there is no need for the food trucks. And then another thing, it's like this, I think also like they refuse to like come out to say that they're straight is because of like the backlash that comes. We've seen that Friend came out recently and did agree that she was kissing a man, and the backlash that she has faced. And in Friend's instance, I wouldn't say like it's necessarily because, yeah, I know some fans are like some toxic fans, and delusional shippers are like fully want her to be lesbian because she acted in a jail. But some fans just feel hurt because she has been asked on numerous occasions whether she had a boyfriend, and she didn't clarify. And then she had been asked whether she was dating Friend, and like there wasn't a clear answer, and there was a denials from her camp. And then now when the video came out, like her management and her agency like decided to focus on the invasion of privacy, which was more important. I would say that 100%, and I stand by that. But they shouldn't also forget that there was another thing that was also important, not as important as the invasion of privacy, but it was still important. It was her like perpetrating fan service and making people believe that she was in a relationship with Becky according to her fans. I'm not her fan, so I wouldn't know. So according to her fans, that is what happened. So I think that's why, because of the backlash and because people there were rumors already that she was dating a man, and people like invaded her privacy because of that, because they thought that she was straight and she didn't confirm that she was straight. So people like didn't make her feel safe in her own space. And that, I think, is the reason why these actors in this industry like are afraid, because they don't know like how wild these fans can get, or how unruly these fans can get. And I think that is also a reason why they don't come out and like say their sexuality. And then also another thing, I think it's also because of I think also not because of I think that the reason, we've talked about the monetary aspect, so now I'm going to talk about the money aspect, like what happened like a couple of days that has been leading until today on the matter of like friend birthday gifts that fans like gave. And like there is a whole discussion that I can put here of things that I've been seeing on the internet, that the lead up to all this, like people were saying that she like coerced somehow the fans to like contribute money to her birthday project, and then she turned around and like left like their money and their gifts like flowers outside on the rain, and the flowers were thrown. Like she could have taken those flowers and maybe even given them to like churches, temples, schools, whatever. I don't know if those flowers are allowed in the temples, but they are mostly they are allowed in church. Like they are allowed in so many places, like in the hospitals they can give them to sick people, whereby it can brighten people's day, they can donate them. And for them to be left just out as litter, like it hurts the fans so much, because that is money that they spent, and she might or they might have not seen any value in it, but it's such a huge deal, because like so many people like feel unappreciated when they don't get flowers in the world, and you don't know what a single flower can just do to make someone's day, or the impact that it can make in someone's day. And for you to get like multiples of flowers and just let them rot by the side of the road, or like, yeah, you understand, outside the hall or anything, it's just disgusting. And I think that fans should stop like giving these people your money. Like spend this money that you have on like worthy causes that affect the community. Spend this money instead of giving these people this money. You know what you can do? Like let them give you a charity that affects the community directly, whereby you come together with that money and donate that money. Like the AIDS fund, keep this money on the AIDS fund. Like there's so many ways you can use like this money to like help so many people. Like you can help people that are trying to transition from one sex to another, like they can't afford their medicines. You can do that. They can't afford surgeries. You can use that money to help people, other than giving these people money that they actually don't necessarily need 100%, and in this case they don't necessarily like appreciate. So let's have an open discussion on what you guys think. and let's just keep it positive. Let us just learn from one another, and please share the video so that so many fans can be able to join the discussion, and let us talk about this, and like let us be able to educate one another. Yeah, and I do love reading your comments so much, and I do like answer them if I can like translate them and I understand, like the Google translation is not messing me up. But if it's in a language that Google translation translates and I don't fully understand, sometimes I don't answer. But let us just have like an open, positive, healthy discussion in the comments. So if you haven't subscribed, subscribe, turn on the post notification, give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.